Hi everyone, it's me, Kelly, again. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. The hostage situation at Windermere has thrown Liesl and Jocelyn together in the most unexpected circumstances, and it is creating a bond that feels both tense and strangely meaningful. Liesl and Jocelyn will never be best friends. That much is clear. But sharing this terrifying ordeal is drawing them closer in a special way. They have had plenty of time locked away to argue about the cold fusion project and what Liesl should do next. I appreciate how the writers are letting them clash over something so high stakes. Jocelyn is pushing Liesl to sabotage the project and hand over a non-working prototype, while Liesl remains cautious because she fears endangering Cassius. Watching these two strong women negotiate under pressure feels authentic to their personalities. Jocelyn has always been brave and resourceful, and Liesl carries that fierce protective instinct we have seen for so many years. What touches me most is the emerging possibility of a deal between them. Jocelyn may promise to help shield Cassius's true identity and past actions once they are free. This development feels fresh and different from older General Hospital plots where secrets usually explode immediately. Instead, we are seeing a more thoughtful approach where characters weigh loyalty, gratitude, and survival. I have to admit, as a longtime viewer, I like this slower burn because it gives us time to really feel the emotional weight. Cassius himself is at the center of everything. He is the one who took Jocelyn in the first place, yet he has saved her life multiple times since then. If he had not stepped in, Cullum might have killed her as easily as he did with Marco. Cassius was right from the beginning that holding her as a hostage might actually keep her safer, at least until Cullum tracked her down. Now he keeps blocking Cullum's deadly plans, and I believe Jocelyn genuinely owes him for that. It is complicated, of course. Kidnapping is never acceptable, but in the world of Port Charles, redemption arcs often grow from the darkest places. I have been thinking a lot about Cassius's internal struggle lately. He simply cannot accept the dark actions Cullum is taking against both Jocelyn and Liesl. This obsession of his is becoming something powerful. In the latest developments, it looks like Cassius is ready to turn against Cullum directly. I can picture him launching an attack to free the hostages, and that moment will be explosive. It represents a real turning point for his character, a chance at redemption for all the mistakes he made in the past. As a fan who has watched countless characters try to atone, I find this particularly compelling because Cassius seems sincere in his desire to change. Liesl's role in all this adds even more heart. We all know she could not stay angry for long upon learning Cassius had been living as Nathan. Instead, she is fiercely protective of this son she never knew she had. She does not want to lose any more time with him if he ends up in prison. I can imagine her pleading with Jocelyn to keep his involvement secret so everyone continues believing he is Nathan. With Jens on the run and Cullum possibly facing his own end, Liesl sees a real chance for Cassius to keep living that identity once they are all safe. She might even emphasize how devastating the truth would be for young James, and that kind of emotional appeal could sway Jocelyn. The idea that Jocelyn and Liesl might not expose Cassius feels like one of those game-changing shifts the show sometimes delivers. It proves how dramatically the story is evolving. Rather than immediate betrayal or confession, we are getting layers of understanding and reluctant alliance. This is different from many past General Hospital storylines where secrets rarely stayed buried this long. I personally believe this approach makes the characters feel more mature and the drama more realistic. It shows growth, especially in Jocelyn, who has endured so much and is now capable of seeing nuance even in her captor. One question keeps running through my mind. Can Cassius truly complete his redemption if he continues down this dangerous path? His obsession is driving him to take big risks, including confronting Cullum head-on. I think the answer lies in how he handles the rescue. If he successfully frees Jocelyn and Liesl while taking down Cullum, it could wash away many of his past sins in the eyes of the people who matter. The new shocks coming our way seem tied directly to these dangerous actions. Every time Cassius intervenes, the tension rises, and I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds. As an older viewer who has seen the show through many different writing teams, I truly enjoy when stories allow for moral complexity like this. Cassius is not a simple villain, and neither is Jocelyn a straightforward victim anymore. Their shared trauma is forging something new. Liesl, with her history of loss and fierce love, becomes the emotional anchor. I find myself rooting for them to survive and maybe even find a fragile peace afterward. The writers are building something special here. The Cold Fusion project adds that scientific intrigue the show does so well, while the personal stakes keep it grounded in relationships. I keep wondering how long they can maintain the secret about Cassius. Will Jocelyn really tell the police and the WSB that Cullum or one of his men was responsible for the kidnapping? That delay could buy precious time and allow more healing. It feels hopeful in a way that many older storylines were not. I have to say, this current arc has me more excited than I have been in months. The combination of physical danger, emotional negotiations, and the promise of redemption creates that perfect General Hospital mix. Cassius's growing obsession with protecting the women and stopping Cullum's darkness shows real character depth. It is not just about action, though the upcoming confrontation will surely deliver plenty of that. It is about whether people can change, and whether love and gratitude can overcome past crimes. Looking ahead, I sense even more surprises waiting for Jocelyn and Liesl. Their time together in captivity is already changing them, and Cassius's intervention will accelerate everything. I truly believe we are heading towards some heartfelt revelations once the danger passes. For now, I am savoring every moment of this intense storyline. It reminds me why I have stayed loyal to the show for so long, because it keeps finding new ways to make us care deeply about these characters and their complicated lives. Cassius has shown he cannot tolerate the dark path Cullum is taking, especially the threats against Jocelyn and Liesl. His obsession with protecting them is becoming a driving force, and it feels like a genuine step toward redemption for his past crimes. But now, the danger is escalating even further. Cullum is preparing to hunt Cassius down, and this new pursuit proves how dramatically the story is adjusting. It raises the stakes in a way that keeps me on the edge of my seat every episode. I have always believed that true character growth in Port Charles comes from moments like this, when former enemies or complicated figures must confront their choices head-on. What truly shocks me, in the best possible way, is how Jocelyn and Liesl are stepping up. Instead of turning against Cassius once they are free, it appears they are ready to take action to protect him. This development feels fresh and different from many older plots where alliances broke apart quickly. Here, the shared trauma of captivity is creating something stronger. Jocelyn, who was kidnapped by Cassius, now sees the times he saved her life and blocked Cullum's deadly plans. Liesl, of course, is fiercely maternal toward the son she never knew she had. Their decision to shield his true identity and past actions marks one of the most interesting twists we have seen in a while. I keep asking myself, can a new alliance really form under these circumstances? The answer seems to be yes, and it is exploding onto the screen with real emotional power. Jocelyn and Liesl forming this protective bond with Cassius against Cullum represents a major shift. It shows how gratitude and understanding can overcome anger. As someone who has watched the show for so many years, I appreciate when writers allow characters to evolve beyond simple labels of hero or villain. Cassius started as the kidnapper, yet his repeated interventions have earned him a chance at something better. This new alliance feels earned, not forced, and it adds beautiful complexity to all three characters. Liesl's protectiveness especially warms my heart. She knows time with Cassius is precious, and she does not want to lose him to prison or worse. With Jens on the run and Cullum facing his own potential downfall, the window for Cassius to continue as Nathan feels possible. I can imagine Liesl urging Jocelyn to tell authorities that Cullum or his men were responsible for the kidnapping. This delay in revealing the truth could give everyone breathing room to heal. Jocelyn agreeing to this would be a powerful sign of growth for her character, proving she has moved past pure victimhood into someone capable of nuanced mercy. The heat in Port Charles right now is undeniable. Cullum's hunt for Cassius adds immediate danger, while the emerging alliance between Jocelyn, Liesl, and Cassius brings hope and tension at the same time. I wonder how long this secret can hold. Will James suffer if the truth eventually comes out? Or can the writers give us a longer period of fragile peace? Either way, these new shocks tied to Cassius's dangerous actions and the women's protective response are keeping the story vibrant and unpredictable. In my personal view, this is smart storytelling. It allows room for redemption without ignoring the seriousness of past mistakes. Cassius's internal struggle feels authentic, and the alliance exploding between these unlikely partners makes the drama deeply human. I have seen many redemption arcs over the years, but this one stands out because it grows directly from shared survival and reluctant respect. It reminds me why I remain so passionate about General Hospital after all this time.